What's up guys, Void here, and today we're bringing you another Void guide. The topic today is going to be something I think you all feel like you're doing, but you definitely should be doing it, if not more, and this is practice. Now practice comes in many ways, shapes, and forms, whether it be playing the game, watching somebody else play the game, watching yourself play the game. There's a lot of ways to practice Smash outside of simply playing. Now to give you a little insight into a pro player's life, I'll tell you about how I personally practice in my day-to-day, and hopefully that'll give you a push in the right direction. Now for my personal routine, I'll play about 3 hours a day. Crazy. Some people play a lot of hours, but for me, I feel like practicing in a day will only take 3 hours. First, I'll do about 30 minutes of training mode, and within those 30 minutes, I think to myself, what do I want to spend the next 2.5 hours on, you know? Is it going to be ledge trapping? Is it going to be hitting this specific super cool combo? Is it going to be nailing my kill confirms? As long as while I'm making my hands warm enough to start playing, I'm thinking ahead of time into what I want to improve on, what I want to practice on for the day. Next, either I'll hit up, one of my friends that plays a specific character so I can practice a matchup, especially if that's what I want to practice. Or if I hit up one of my rivals where I'm like, hey, let's just get a good quality session going. Let's play for about 2 hours, how does that sound? Most of the time, that'll give me enough space and time to practice what I was thinking about during training mode. And if I didn't come up with something during training mode, it'll give me something to work on in the future. And within these 2 hours of playing either a rival, a homie, or even Elite Smash, I try to make sure I take breaks so I can think to myself, hey, is that thing that I'm working on actually working out? Is it good or is it bad? And is there anything I could do to make it better? Just as long as you take breaks to think about how your improvement is going and what you can do to even further that improvement. Have you ever sat down and watched your games? For me, there are times where I watch my game and I fix a problem that I've seen and been frustrated about for so many days. Simply by watching the game, I was able to be like, hey, there's your problem, and you keep doing that same habit over and over. Let's not do that anymore, and let's try to fix that. I feel like that's the biggest plus of reviewing your own VODs. To really get the most out of review, you just have to understand everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes, you make mistakes. It happens. Review is important because it lets you look at your gameplay objectively. Not in the heat of the moment, but it lets you look from an outside perspective about what's going on in the game and lets you think about it from there. My tips for the main things to focus on when reviewing is 1, how you lose your stocks, and 2, how you take your opponent's stocks. These are the 2 most important interactions when it comes to Smash. And you really have to tackle this. What led to the interaction of you losing your stock? What led to the interaction of you taking your opponent's stock? Did you get caught by a kill confirm? Did you hit your opponent with a kill confirm? Or did you just run into the stray Ganondorf F smash, Once you make a note of this, make sure that you apply it and take that into your next match. If you did get caught by the Ganon forward smash, guaranteed you're not going to get caught by it next time because you're taking the time to think about this, move forward, and be like, hey, next time he's forward smashing, maybe I shouldn't just land in front of him and try to dash grab, And this is just one simple benefit from reviewing your matches. Let's take an example practice day for myself. Let's say one day I want to start practicing this super cool kill confirm for Sheik known as raindrops. So I'll go into training, I'll get my hands familiar with raindropping, I'll practice it over and over, and maybe I feel like I got it, maybe I didn't. Who knows? Say 30 minutes passed and I want to go into Elite Smash, right? Where I can fight a lot of different types of opponents, different characters, different habits, and I just want to practice raindropping. So I just keep going for it over and over and over again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I can't get the starter, I can't get my F tilt, and all of that is experience. So later on in that same day, I'm taking note of the situations where it works and it doesn't, and I can filter out the situations where it doesn't. I'm like, hey, instead of just going for it all the time, now I can go for it in these situations, and it's working out a lot better for me, Instead of just going for it all the time and getting punished, now I kind of understand, hey, maybe I shouldn't go for it when my opponent is charging the smash attack. The thing about Ultimate is there's 7,000 matchups. There's no way you can learn a lot of these just on your own. So one thing you can do, just watch the top player for your character. Find out how they're taking their stocks, how they're losing their stocks, and how they solidify their gameplay to make it so tight that the opponent can't just get these things for free, A A lot of things when it comes to improving can honestly be emulating what you see at the top level. Just this way you can apply it to your own practice, and that way you can see why it's good and why it's not. This way, you gain the tool of being able to compare and contrast gameplay, and honestly, that's a lot of what improving is about. Most importantly, guys, practice is about improvement. It doesn't happen passively. Practice will take dedication and focus to get better. Thanks for watching, guys. Those are my tips for today. Remember, this is a part of a series, so subscribe and make sure you check out the other VoiD guides that we've already made on this channel.